Hi guys, this is me again, Engineer Julian Ricky Reyes, and I'm back to deliver another refresher module sa inyo. And this time, we have Applied Mathematics. Okay? So now guys, syempre, siguro kung titignan nyo o yung content ng module natin for today, mapapansin nyo guys na yung mga tanong natin dyan is medyo hawig sila or may pagka-structural engineering yung mga tanungan natin dito. Now, baka may magtanong, o bakit nandito sila ngayon sa Applied Mathematics if pang structural engineering pala sila. Kasi guys, the reason is simple lang. Kasi kung titingnan natin yung current trend ng board exam, especially doon sa first subject natin. So lately kasi doon sa mga recent boards na binibigay ng mga examiners natin, so medyo may mga problems kasi na may pagka-structural engineering ang lumalabas under doon sa first subject natin na mathematics. Kaya nga, ang gagawin natin ngayon for today guys, siguro wag na nating masyadong patagalin. Explain na natin yung mga problems na ito. Kasi guys, lahat ng mga problems na nandito sa module natin, actually, galing yan doon sa reference na ginagamit ng examiner natin sa MSTE. And dyan niya kasi kinuha guys, o yung mga past board problems na so far is naibigay na niya. Okay? Kaya nga, without further ado, so let's start solving yung mga sample problems natin. Okay? So, we have our first problem, and sabi dito, if the average modulus of elasticity of the steel used is 205,000 megapascals, how much will a wire 2.5 millimeters in diameter and 3 meters long be deformed when it supports a load of 4,900 newtons? Alright, so for our first problem, o tinatanong niya guys, gaano daw magde-deform yung wire natin? Diba? Alam natin guys, from our strength of materials, deformation due to a force na in-apply is equal lang actually kay PL over AE. So meaning to say guys, ito na actually. Kasi given lahat ng mga values na yan, or in, ang force P, according sa problem, we have 4,900. Ang length is 3 meters. Convert ko lang siguro into millimeters. Alright? All over. Area, o given yung diameter. Therefore, we have 1/4 pi times 2.5 squared, and as you can see, given din yung modulus of elasticity. Now, ingat-ingat lang guys kasi ang binigay sa problem, we have 205,000. Therefore, yun yung gagamitin natin. Okay? And that is why, kapag kinalculate natin to, actually guys, ito na yung magiging sagot for our first problem. So, we have, ayan, so we have 14.61. Okay, then ito we have millimeters. So, yun yung magiging value. Okay? Now, obviously guys, based doon sa choices natin, pagka kinonvert ito into millimeters, we can actually say na for this one, we have 1.5 centimeters. So, yan yung magiging deformation. Okay? So, yan guys yung first problem natin. I don't know kung ito ba yung actual board na lumabas noong November 2023. Pero sabi kasi ng mga nag-take, meron daw deformation na natanong doon. So, I don't know kung ito siya. Pero siguro somehow, awig naman siguro siya dito. Okay? So, now, ito, lipat tayo ngayon dito naman sa ating second situation. So, ito guys, yung second situation, sabi niya, a copper wire has a nominal breaking strength of 300 megapascals and a reduction of area of 77%. Now, problem number 2, ito password siya na lumabas actually nung time namin. Calculate the true tensile strength. And for number 3, calculate the true strain at the point of fracture. Alright, so, now, paano ba naman sasagutan? Itong tinatanong dito. Now, siguro guys, para masagot natin o kung ano man ang tinatanong niya, kailangan for this one is maging aware tayo doon sa dalawang klase ng stress na mayroon tayo every time na, let's say, nag-experiment. Okay? Now guys, ano ba yung dalawang stress na tinutukoy ko? So for this one actually, meron tayong tinatawag na nominal stress or pwede rin nominal strain, depende. Or itong nominal na to, actually merong ibang pangalan yan. And yung ibang pangalan niya, o take note, is yung tinatawag nating engineering stress. Alright? Now, aside dito, sa nominal or engineering stress na to, actually, meron pa tayong isang stress na nag-exist, and that is yung tinatawag nating true stress. Alright? Now, ano ba guys ang difference between these two? Kasi I think if malaman natin yung difference between these two, dyan natin masasagot yung problem na to. Alright? So now guys, ito actually, diba, kung stress lang naman ang pag-uusapan natin, basically guys, kung action load ang in-apply natin, which is, actually yan yung magiging case for this one, ang magiging working equation to calculate the stress is simply force over area lang. Now, yung force over area na yon, actually valid siya parehas guys for both the nominal or engineering stress as well as dito sa true stress natin. O yun nga lang, ang difference between these two has something to do doon sa kung ano ba yung area ang i-consider. Kasi remember guys, pagka sinabi nating nominal or engineering stress, let's say ito yung sigma, simple sigma, ito, masasolve natin siyan o using yung force natin, okay? I-divide lang doon sa original area, let's say A sub O, na kung ano man yung specimen natin. Okay? O whereas, kapag ka naman, sinabi nating true stress, or let's say, sigma sub PR, o this one, again, kung ang force natin is equal kP, o makukuha natin yung stress na to kapag ka, ang ginamit naman natin is yung magiging area at the point of failure, or doon sa instant na magkakaroon siya ng failure. Or we can say, A sub F, yan yung final area natin. Okay? Now guys, ayan lang actually yung difference between these two. Now, ang tanong ngayon, paano tayo matutulungan yan in solving yung problem natin? Now, of course, sabi dito kasi guys, sa mismong problem, yung copper wire natin, meron siyang nominal breaking strength na 300 megapascals. Or simply, parang sinabi natin na dito pala sa problem na ito, binigay niya guys kung ano yung nominal stress, and that is equal to 300 megapascals. And again guys, take note, nominal stress is equal lang dito sa force all over original area. Okay? Now, ano pa ba ang given sa problem? Dito sabi niya, meron daw tayong reduction of area of 77%. So, meaning to say, kung tatawagin nating A sub O yung original area, ang tanong, saan ngayon equal yung final area? Of course guys, di ba? Kung ang sabi niya sa atin, nabawasan ng 77% yung area natin, edi parang sinabi ngayon na yung magiging final area at this instant is actually equal lang doon sa 23%, or we have 0.23 lang ng A sub O natin. So yan guys actually magiging final area. Alright? Now, anong gagawin natin ngayon? Eto na guys. Diba sabi ko nga, to calculate yung true stress natin, yan is simply equal lang doon sa force all over yung final area natin. Wherein, final area, anong sabi natin guys? That is equal lang doon sa 0.23 A sub O. Yun nga lang ang tanong. Ano guys ang makuha natin ngayon? Diba? As you can see, dito guys sa working equation na na-form natin, sino ba itong P all over A sub O na to? Take note guys ha. P all over A sub O, actually, yan lang din yung nominal stress natin. Which is given as 300. And that is why, para pala masolve itong problem na to, ito na guys, we have yung 300, i-divide lang pala simply yan doon sa 0.23 na value. And that is why, kapag ka-calculate natin ito, kuha na natin guys kung ano yung magiging value ng true tensile strength natin. And as you can see, ang masasolve natin is actually equal to 1304.3. Then ito we have megapascals. Okay? So yan na guys, yung magiging true tensile strength on itong specimen. Or actually yan, based sa choices, we can actually say na 13,000 megapascals. So yan yung magiging sagot natin. Okay? So yan guys yan yung solution para dito sa password problem number 2 natin na ito. Okay, so now, we have our third problem. This time naman guys, tinatanong niya is yung true strain natin. Actually, katulad lang ng stress kanina guys, when it comes dun sa strain, meron din tayong tinatawag na nominal or engineering strain as well as true strain. Now, ano lang ang difference nila? Siguro kung babalikan, ito lang. Okay, pagka sinabi nating engineering strain, actually guys, same lang yan. Or yan yung usual way ng pagkuha natin ng strain. Na kung babalikan nyo, ang sabi natin, strain is equal lang doon sa change, or let's say length, change in length all over original length. Yan lang guys ang ginagawa natin. Okay? Whereas, ang tanong ngayon, paano kapag ka true strain? Now guys, para makuha natin yung true strain, actually, ang gagamitin natin dito is yung sinabi niya na hint that yung instantaneous strain daw natin, which is i-differential epsilon, is equal daw doon sa dl over l. Okay? Now, paano ba ang mangyari ngayon guys? Syempre, to answer itong problem number 3, siguro, ikunin ko lang guys or sulat lang natin yung binigay niya. Again, differential strain is equal lang kay dl over l. Now guys, of course, para ma-solve natin kasi itong true strain na to, which is mangyari doon sa point of fracture na tinutukoy o dito guys, ang pwede natin gawin ngayon is actually i-integrate natin both sides na tong equation natin. Now, iset lang natin yung limit wherein, syempre, lower limit dito sa right side is yung original length. Pero di ba guys, question, at original length, ano ba ang value ng strain natin? I believe siguro, kahit naman gamitin natin guys is itong engineering strain na to at L sub O, since wala pa namang change in length, therefore, pwede nating sabihin na yung corresponding value o ng strain at this point is equal lang kay 0. Okay? Now, ano yung upper limit? Syempre, up until doon sa length before magkaroon ng failure. Kasi again, at this point, dyan kasi mangyari yung true strain natin. Okay? Now guys, ito, try nating evaluate ito. Kasi, pagka kinuha yung integral nito, I believe, ang makukuha natin, we have, is actually yung value na ng true strain. Right? Pero, ang tanong, how about guys, ito? Kapag ka, in-evaluate natin yung expression na to, saan ba yan maging equal? Siguro, balikan lang natin guys ha, kung anong sabi ni integral calculus. Sabi niya, kapag ka daw yung integral ni x with ni 1 over x with respect to dx is kinuha natin, basically guys, ang value nito, we have ln of x. Okay? Kaya nga, for this one guys, di ba anong mangyari dito? Ito lang actually. We have yung ln na itong L natin supposedly. Pero, apply ko itong limit natin ito. And we will have ito. Ln of final length minus yung ln of the original length. So, ito siya. Kaya lang guys, di ba? I think pwede nating masimplify ito. Kasi, ang sabi guys, ni law of logarithm, pagka daw ganito ang form na mayroon tayo, pwede nating sabihin ngayon that yung entire value na ito, which is actually equal lang doon sa ln ng ating final length all over original length. So, eto guys, ang magiging value natin. Alright? Now, para pala ma-solve si true strain, dapat ma-evaluate lang natin itong isang to. Yun nga lang guys, I think ito yung problema. Kasi, dyan sa problem natin, wala naman kasi siyang sinabi guys, di ba? Regarding doon sa kung ano ba ang lengths natin. In fact, dito sa problem, ang sinabi niya is all about yung magiging area natin. Kaya nga, ang challenge ngayon guys, actually sa problem na to, is paano ba natin ma-relate itong area doon sa mismong length natin. Now, siguro guys, para malaman natin kung anong gagawin, ito ang ipakita ko. Kasi, for this one guys, di ba sabi naman niya, or tensile strength ang pinag-uusapan, meaning to say, kumbaga, yung copper wire natin dito is subjected to a tensile force. Now guys, ang gawin ko siguro is ganito. Okay? Let's say, itong idodrawing ko dito, alright, yan, yung idodrawing ko dito is yung original specimen natin nung wala pa tayong force na ina-apply. Now, of course, at this instant, we can actually say na ito yung original area A sub O, and kung ano man yung length niya, this one is actually yung L sub O natin. Okay? Pero try nyo imaginein siguro, what if guys, hilain natin ito. Kasi nga, tensile ang pinag-uusapan dito sa case na to. Now, di ba? Once na hinila natin yan, I think siguro, mag-agree naman yung lahat na once na hilain ito, basically guys, hahaba yung specimen. And at the same time, habang humahaba yung specimen, as you can see, liliit ang area natin. Meaning to say, at this point, meron tayong, or ito, yung final area natin, which is actually yung 0.23 A sub O. And at this instant, yung magiging length natin dito, ayan naman yung final length na tinutukoy doon sa working equation na set natin. Okay? Now guys, bakit ko ba pinakita to? Now, simple lang, kasi ganito ang assumption natin. Remember guys, dito kasi sa ginawa natin ito, ang assumption natin is that although nagkaroon ng pagbabago doon sa dimension natin, pero for this one, wala naman kasing volume na nawala once na hinila natin yung copper. So meaning to say, kung walang volume na nawala guys, di ba parang ang sinabi natin ngayon is that kung ano man yung original volume, di ba guys parang yan na rin dapat yung magiging final. Given na, again, ang assumption is that walang mawawalang area dito. I mean, walang mawawalang volume dyan. Okay? Now guys, ang tanong, nirelate natin yung volume ng dalawa, pero paano ba natin kinukuha itong volume? Di ba guys, ang sabi ni solid geometry, once daw na alam na natin kung ano ang cross-sectional area nito, simply, para makuha natin guys ang volume, ang gagawin na lang is simply i-multiply o kung ano yung height na yan. Guys, or kung ano yung length na to. O kaya nga, dito sa case natin, parang sinabing ito siya. We have yung initial volume natin, original volume, is equal lang doon sa original area times original length is equal lang doon sa final area times yung final length. Ito siya. Kaya lang anong kailangan? Kailangan natin guys is this one. I think para makuha yan, walang problema guys. Pwede ang gawin ko, divide ko both sides by L sub O. Pero once na-divide ko yan, both sides ng L sub O, edi makancel yan and magkakaroon tayo ng LF over LO dito. Ang gawin ko ngayon, i-divide ko rin both sides by A sub F. So that kapag ginawa to, cancel yung A sub F dito. Okay? Which means, kung titignan natin, yung L sub F over L sub O na kailangan natin is equal lang pala dito kay A sub O all over yung A sub F. And diba guys, A sub F, ang sabi natin, is equal lang doon sa 0.23 ng A sub O natin. Which means, for this one, parang sinabi natin na ang value pala on itong LF over L sub O is equal lang kay 1 over 0.23. Okay? Which means, eto na guys, nakuha na natin kung ano yung value niya. Therefore, tapos na pala to. Kasi, to calculate the true strain, eto lang. We have Ln of 1 all over 0.23. And therefore, guys, kapag kinuha natin to, actually, kuha na natin kung ano yung sagot para dito sa problem na to. Okay? Now, as you can see, 1.469 ang nakuha natin. Pero decimal yan. But sa choices, we have in terms of percentage. Multiply ko ng 100. Therefore, parang sinabi natin that for this problem, ang true strain pala is equal to 147%. Meaning, ito na guys ang sagot. Yan na for our problem number 3.